we are live from the Max Stern Athletic Center. We are just under 6 minutes into the game. As you see, Ahmad Al-Khulaidi drain that three and put the College of Mount St. Vincent on top. We apologize for our technical difficulties. As Shelby Rosenberg kicks it out. Judah Cohn, now we're 6 minutes in the conference opener for both of these squads in the Skyline Conference. Judah Cohn attempts a three and knocks it down.
And ring it up from downtown Judah Cohn. Welcome to the Max basketball game.
That was my partner, Ari Feiger. I'm Elon Katz, and we are live at the Max Stern Athletic Center. Thank you for tuning in. This is Ahmad Al-Khulaidi. He might be familiar to Max fans. We'll explain why in a second. Inside, and that is Andrew Curiel, a sophomore, who puts it in for two, and we're tied at 9.
And the Max right there, starting off in a matchup 3-2 zone. We'll see how long they stick with that as Mount St. Vincent got right into the hole.
Shelby Rosenberg takes the contact, can't finish, but a blocking foul called on the College of Mount St. Vincent Dolphins, and Shelby Rosenberg will head to the line for two.
And Elon, you were mentioning Joseph Cohn.
That might have been while we were off the air. Indeed, Joseph Cohn is an assistant coach for the College of Mount St. Vincent. He is a Yeshiva University alum.
Wow, well, it must be a sweet homecoming for him, stepping back into the Max Stern Athletic Center on the other side of the court.
Yeah, I spoke to him a little bit before the game. He's very excited to be here. And he asked me to call him Yosef on the air. And I like to hear that. As Shelby Rosenberg knocks down both free throws. Shelby Rosenberg, the leading scorer, leading everything for the Max. And he will take a rest. The first-year player for the Max, Dean Pianika, steps in from Israel with 13:15 to go in the first half. Max lead by 2. This is Jesse Regina in. One of the elder statesmen on this Dolphins squad. They are a very young team. Their top 6 minute getters are sophomores. Regina is a junior. And driving in is Jameer Farabee, the leading scorer for College of Mount St. Vincent, and he ties it at 11. He's averaging just under 18 points a game for the Dolphins. And a turnover there, back the other way come the Dolphins. Here is Matthew So on the lay-in, can't get it to go, tipped in by Farabee.
And the Max with a good job getting back on defense, but have to remember to box out, get back to fundamentals, and secure that rebound, and get the ball on the other side of the court.
Jordan Hode coming off the bench is in at point guard, replacing Judah Cohn. Last season, in the matchup right here at the Max Stern Athletic Center between these two teams, the turnover from Berg will stand it the other way. Jordan Hode in last year's matchup played all 45 minutes, all 40 minutes of regulation in the 5-minute overtime period, which was won by the College of Mount St. Vincent on a buzzer beater by Ahmad Al-Khulaidi.
And we've seen Al-Khulaidi before. This guy is good. The Max have to watch out for him. Sometimes he could heat up, get that hot hand. We don't want that to happen tonight.
He's averaging a double-double on the season. Here's Farabee. Gives it to Soa on the baseline. Goes up, and a blocking foul call on Mikey Berg. That's the third team foul for the Max.
And for everyone watching the game out at home, you might be noticing the mustaches on the court. The Max basketball team is supporting Movember. So just in case you're noticing some facial hair, that is what's going on.
And as our grooming expert, Ari Feiger there. And a foul called away from the ball. It's on Yosef Rosenthal, another interesting player. Back in the Coach Halper regime, Rosenthal was a favorite. He started for him, but Coach Steinmetz has given him a harder time in terms of finding playing time.
Yeah, it's interesting you mentioned that. When I was calling games under Coach Halpert's regime, Yosef was that X factor in every game, and he's still finding his niche here under
Coach Steinmetz.
Coach Steinmetz.
It's been a while.
It's been a little bit while for me. Cut me some slack.
We welcome you back, Ari. And a turnover from Hode. Here's Al-Khulaidi on the fast break, and a blocking foul is called. And it looked like, who was that? That was Michael Hayone, who's into the game. I believe he was in the restricted area, which has been expanded this season.
Yes, and I think that was it. His feet were planted. He was waiting to take that charge. I think when you're under the basket, you're not going to get that call so often. You got to take that charge a few feet away from the rim.
One of the many rule changes in NCAA basketball this season, the restricted area has been moved from 3 feet under the basket to 4 feet. And Michael Ione was apparently in that restricted area, so Al-Gulaidi at the line for 2. He misses the front end.
And right now, Elon, we're approaching that midway point of the first half, and this is where you want to see the Macs really get down to business, push the ball, get some stops, tighten the gap, and even create themselves a lead.
They now trail by 5 and another turnover. Back the other way come the Dolphins. Here is Regina. Farabee loses it, and Pianica of the Macs takes it away. Jordan Hode will slow things down for the Macs. Turnovers has been the story of their season so far. They are 2-1 on the year, but they are averaging 22.5 turnovers a game, a number that must go down. Here is Jordan Hode. Takes a free throw line jumper and knocks it down. Beautiful move by Jordan Hode.
And a beautiful move right there by Jordan Hode. And boy, did the Macs need that bucket. Down by 5, cutting it out to 3 points. Jordan Hode with a big bucket right there.
Soa inside hangs and can't hit. The rebound to Al-Gulaidi, and he is fouled underneath. A second chance opportunity allowed by the Macs, and Al-Gulaidi heads to the line for 2. 10:46 to play in the first half.
And the Macs really struggling to bring down the rebounds right now. We see Shelby Rosenberg about to check in. It seemed like he even whispered to Coach Steinmetz, put me in the game. We need some rebounds right now.
Al-Gulaidi gets the first one to roll in. Last season, Al-Gulaidi was a 4-time Skyline Conference Rookie of the Week. Had a very impressive freshman season. And in the game here, as we mentioned, had 22 points and the game-winning buzzer beater to upset the Macs here at the Max Stern Athletic Center. 18-13. Here is Yosef Rosenthal across half court. Judah Cohen back in the game, running the show. On the right wing, team leader Shelby Rosenberg. Rosenberg looking for Rosenthal. Inside to Ione. He gets the shot. And it's now an 18-15 game. Max putting on the pressure after a score. But the Dolphins get it across half court. With Andrew Curiel, and he gives it to Ahmad Al-Gulaidi. Trevor Johnson in the game now, a freshman. Gets it to Farabee. Farabee facing a double team. Kicks it out to Curiel, who misses the 3. Long rebound to Ione. Under 10 minutes to play now. In the first half, 18-17, College of Mount St. Vincent leading. Skyline Conference opener for both teams. Both teams were in the Skyline Conference playoffs last season. The College of Mount St. Vincent losing in the semifinals. Jumper for Ione is no good. And the rebound out to Johnson. Looking to push out the Dolphins. The ref looked like he thought about calling a travel. Instead, held his whistle. And an offensive rebound.
And another offensive rebound by Mount St. Vincent. When you're playing a zone, it's very important to remember to box out your man. When you play a man-to-man defense, you're always on that guy. I think the Macs are getting a little lackadaisical right now in their zone and not going to box out their men.
Al-Gulaidi extended his arm and an offensive foul is called. And it's going the other way. 9:11 to play in the first half. Checking into the game for the first time for the Dolphins is number 55, Ryan Fisher. And also entering the game for the Macs is number 21, Tal Guetta, a freshman from Calabasas, California.
And correct me if I'm wrong, I believe Tal Guetta was a specific recruit that Coach Steinmetz had or was in touch with. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out.
Judah Cohen tries a contested 3, no good. And the rebound is knocked out of bounds by the Macs. College of Mount St. Vincent basketball. Another substitution as Amar checks in for Rosenthal.
And it looks like the Macs are going to start pressuring the ball with a full court zone right now. Maybe that'll slow down the Dolphins.
The Dolphins do break the press. Here's Farabee slicing through the lane, and he'll get it back and reset a play. 8:36 to play in the first half. Here's Johnson driving and finishing.
And the referee calling a timeout almost as the ball was going through the cylinder. Have they counted those points yet? It is not clear.
I'm not sure what happened. It's something to do with Fisher's hair. And it appears his headband was falling off of his head, and the referee didn't want that to be a safety issue, so he made him take it off. But the basket does count by Johnson, and it's 20-15, College of Mount St. Vincent leading. 8:25 to play in the first half. Here is Joseph Amar on the right wing, looking for Guetta. Guetta back to Amar. Shot clock at 12. We have a shortened shot clock this season. Shelby Rosenberg on the baseline. He finds Pianico, who appears to be smacked in the face, but nothing called as he fell to the floor, and they call him for a travel.
And Pianico got smacked right in the face as he was going to catch that ball. Just the sheer brunt hit right there into the face, went down without even dribbling the ball, and it's a turnover, unfortunately, by the Max.
Coming up on 8 minutes to play in the first half. Here is Al-Kulaidi. Max set up in their 3-2 zone. Here is Soa driving. Kicks it out to Johnson, who tries a three. No good, and the offensive rebound to Fisher. Max letting up a lot of second chance opportunities here. Here's Al-Kulaidi, the crossover. Steps back and finds Johnson up top. Swing into the corner for Fisher. A dangerous pass, but it's covered by Johnson, who knocks down the jumper.
And Elon, this team is young, they are fresh, and they are ready to roll. The Mount St. Vincent Dolphins have come out, given themselves their biggest lead of the night, 22-15, with just over 7 minutes to play. The Max need to slow them down right now as St. Vincent is hot.
Yeah, they are a very young team indeed, as you mentioned. Not a senior on this roster. As Shelby Rosenberg takes the jumper, can't get it to fall, and it's a rebound by Johnson, and a foul called all the way on the opposite baseline, and that's already 1-1 as the Max are in the penalty with 7:05 to play in the first half.
And Shia Weiss checking into the game for the Max. This guy, as I said all last season, his potential is up to the sky, and he could surely jump that high. He is fun to watch, he is special, and really coming into his own as a player in the NCAA Basketball Association.
Ari Feiger has been very high on Shia Weiss ever since he stepped on campus, and his prophecy has finally come to fruition. He appears primed for a breakout season, already averaging 18.5 points per game. He had 25 against Hunter in the last game out.
And many of that, I'm sure, is attributable to Coach Diamonds and Coach Yogi really forming these players into who they are today.
And the rest of it, would you say, is attributed to you?
You never know.
Another turnover for the Max. Al-Kulaidi gets into Fisher, and Fisher tosses out to Soa. Soa driving through the lane, hangs and hits. And the College of Mount St. Vincent has expanded on their largest lead of the game. They now lead by 10 with 6.5 to play in the first half. Coming to check in for the Max at the next stoppage of play is freshman Jamie Capel, a great shooter. He has a good career ahead of him, and Pianica on the pass was fouled. That's the third team foul against the Dolphins. And in comes number 4, Jamie Capel. He replaces Dean Pianica.
And Elon, something I'm noticing about the Max is that they are bringing in many substitutions into the game, and it doesn't seem like anyone specifically has found their rhythm yet. Tonight, I cannot say there's been one player who's really stood out for me on the Max. I think someone's got to find the rhythm, stay in the game, and get this team going.
It's interesting you mentioned that. They do a lot of substitutions. Here's Shia Weiss in the lane. Take out to Jamie Capel. He drives a three and hits it. Right on cue, Jamie Capel hits a big three, and the Max put on the press. They do break it as Fisher try to reset, gets it to Al-Kulaidi. Here is Al-Kulaidi. 5:50 to play in the half. Johnson will try corner three and swish it.
And Jamie Capel might be that spark that the Macs need off the bench, but they're going to have to get stops on the defensive end. Offense wins games, defense wins championships.
Amar now in the corner, driving and dropping it off for Capel. Good ball movement here from the Macs. Joseph Amar tries a contested three. It rims out and is rebounded by Andrew Curiel. 5:21 to play in the half. 28-18, Mount St. Vincent leading Yeshiva. Johnson the drive, rejected by Rosenberg, and another offensive rebound. Here's Johnson inside again, and he lays it in over Shelby Rosenberg. A 12-point lead for the College of Mount St. Vincent with 5 minutes to play. And a timeout is called by Coach Elliot Steinmetz with 5:02 to play. It's a full timeout. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back with you. Welcome back to the Max Stern Athletic Center, where the College of Mount St. Vincent has built a 12-point lead over the Yeshiva Maccabees in this Skyline Conference opening game. We are under 5 minutes to play now in the first half. Here is Judah Cohn. Gives it to Joseph Amar, the senior, into the corner. Shot clock down to 12. Here's Jamie Capel, a freshman. He finds Ayon. Kick out to Amar. Amar back to Judah Cohn. Shot clock down to 6. Cohn has his pass deflected with 3 on the shot clock. And the Macs will set up a play.
And the Macs, 3 seconds on the shot clock. They do have some good shooters. You get the ball in, plenty of time to even put down one dribble, put up a shot, and that's not the way you want to do it.
They turn it over on the inbounds. The other way comes Al-Gulaidi, and a foul on the ground. And that'll be 1-1 once again as the Macs are in the penalty. The foul's on Rosenberg. It's his first foul.
And Elon, I've heard that there's some nice swag going around campus of Max gear. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yes, I can, Ari. You can go to the website, yuteamstore.com, where you can find all your Max gear and Yeshiva University gear. I believe that's the name of the website. I will be corrected by my producer if it was not, but you should make sure to check that out. He misses the front end of the 1-1 to Al-Gulaidi, so the Macs come back with 4:23 to play in the half. Looking for Amar in the corner, and they'll instead reset. A 3 for Amar is airball. He may have been fouled, at least he thought so. Back the other way comes Johnson. Johnson finds Soa, and into the corner to Curiel. Johnson, and a 3-second violation against Al-Gulaidi. An offensive foul. That's the second foul against Al-Gulaidi.
And the refs are looking out for that this year at NCAA. The moving screens, if you're setting that pick, you cannot be moving your feet or your elbows. He moved out a little bit. Easy offensive call right there for the referees.
Our grooming expert, our officiating expert, there isn't much Ari Feiger can't do.
And just stay tuned for Sarachek if you want to hear more.
Here is Amar. Gives it off to Mikey Berg, who's been quiet in his first half. Jamie Capel, a corner 3, knocks it down!
And ring it up
by Jamie Capel.
Jamie Capel, can somebody get your umbrella? Because he is raining threes right now here in the Max Stern Athletic Center.
The Dolphins break the press with less than 3:30 to go. A drive, and it gets stuck on the rim. A jump ball will be called, and it'll go. It will stay with the Dolphins, I believe. Here's we have some confusion. Looking to check in for the first time for the Max is number 13, Isaac Merwis.
And Isaac Merwis is an exciting player on the Max. I know, Elon, last year in the broadcast we had spoken about his work ethic, his dedication to the team, and his smarts on the court. This guy is exciting to watch. Hopefully he can bring another spark to the Max here in the game right now.
Speaking of spark, a layup by Amar. That was a dangerous play as it appeared Curiel fell on the ground and undercut Amar totally by accident, but Curiel is still down. Amar will go to the line for two. We hope Curiel is okay. They do call out the trainer.
And it looks almost as if Amar's knee might have gotten him in the face. Now this is the second time we've seen somebody trying to take a charge underneath the basket. The referees are going to be calling that a blocking foul. You got to be a little bit out. Give them some room to go up with that layup. And both teams, while the audience here in the Max Athletic Center is giving a hand, as it looks like there might be some blood on the face, the trainers are going out to take care of it. Both teams right now using this as a timeout, and 3 minutes, 21 seconds left to play here in the first half. The Max are down 9. Coming out of this quote-unquote timeout, the Max really need to get some stops on the defensive end and tighten the gap. You don't want to go into halftime trailing.
Absolutely. It's going to be hard to overcome this deficit in such a short amount of time, but you at least like to cut into it as much as possible. And that was a big three by Jamie Capel, who remains in the game for the Max. Coach Steinman, this early in the season, he's trying out all sorts of lineups. But you mentioned it's very hard for players to find their rhythm playing in such short spurts.
Exactly. And you know what? It comes to mind right now, not only do the players have to find their rhythm, but so do the coaching staff in forming the lineups out there on the court. We saw last week in the home opener on Sunday that it was not a conference game they were experiencing with their lineup, but now that we're getting into conference games, these games are important, and once they find that lineup, we might see them stick with it. All they want to do is produce wins and get the guys going.
And it's a long season. You want to find the lineup that works best. It's good in the early going to experiment. Amar misses the first of 2 free throws. And he misses both. Got to take advantage of opportunities at the line. In the matchup against Hunter, in which the Max won by 10, they left a lot of points at the free throw line, shot 18 for 32 from the line. Johnson tries a deep three. It's short, rebounded by Amar. Another interesting stat from the free throw line, the Max are actually shooting better from the field than the free throw line. You don't see that so often. A turnover, and he'll go to the line for 2 is Jameer Farabee.
And we'll see that might have been a foul on the ground. One referee, it is a foul on the ground. They will be going to the line for 1-and-1, and that is the Max 9th foul. The next foul will put them in the double bonus.
I stand corrected. But Ari, back to that last point. Isn't that an interesting fact? They're shooting better from the field than at the line. They're shooting 54% from the field, 53% from the line. The YU Max are on the season.
And that's not something you see every day. And you know what? That's not something to be proud of. Free throws are free for a reason. No one is guarding you. And it comes back to haunt you later on in the game, especially towards the end of the game. Free throws is what sets apart winners from losers.
And Farabee knocks down both free throws. And the College of Mount St. Vincent leads by 11. Here's Isaac Merwis. Risky pass inside and has it poked away. Back the other way come the Dolphins. Farabee almost tripped over the ref. Gets it to Johnson. Soa now looking, gets it back to Johnson. Johnson tries an open three and knocks it down.
And Mount St. Vincent with their biggest lead of the game, and it's coming off of Max turnovers. Already a few turnovers in a row. You see substitutions coming in. The Max have to be smart with the ball if they want to win this game.
Amara corner three, no good. And rebounded by Mulligan. 2:13 to play in the first half. Here is Soa. College of Mount St. Vincent looking to build on their largest lead of the game. Jameer Farabee gets it to Fisher. Here is Soa. Soa driving, kick out to Mulligan. Mulligan gets it back to Fisher. Shot clock down to 3. Farabee, will he get it off? He does, and he lays it in. A complete breakdown on defense from the
And Farabee with the little razzle-dazzle, shake and bake, going behind his back, going right into the lane, getting to the hole. A 16-point lead right now for Mount St. Vincent with just over a minute and a half to play. Jamie, couple for 3, in and out.
Rims out, and loose rebound. We'll see where it goes. It'll be Dolphins basketball with 1:28 to play. And possessions like that last one on defense, you hate to see as a coach. Defend extremely well for 28 seconds, and then in the last 2 seconds allow a wide open layup. It's just very disappointing.
Exactly, and that's what irks the coaching staff so much. You play well, you want to seal the deal and finish them off. The Max with 2 seconds on the shot clock, letting Mount St. Vincent score that last shot. Very important now, a minute and a half. Close the half strong. Even if you're not going to cut down the lead by 16 points, you want to go into the half with some momentum for the second half so you can come out and take the lead back.
Momentum is key. But the Dolphins break the press. Here is Jameer Farabee. Kicks it out to Soa. The drive by Soa, and he lays it in. An 18-point lead for the College of Mount St. Vincent. Back the other way come the Max. 1:07 to play in the half. Shia Weiss for Shelby Rosenberg. Rosenberg guarded by Fisher, kicks it back out to Weiss. Rosenberg, an open jumper, knocks it down. Big shot for Shelby Rosenberg.
And Shelby Rosenberg is a Max guy right now. He's feeling it on the offensive end. They got to step it up on defense. They look a little lethargic out there. They have to be more physical.
Johnson tries a jumper. He is feeling it tonight. The freshman, Trevor Johnson, the lead back up to 18. 40 seconds to play in the first half. Here is Jordan Hode. Finds Shia Weiss on the right wing. Max taking their time on offense. Not much doing. Ione finds Weiss. Jamie Capel tries a long 2. Knocks it down. Jamie Capel, speaking of feeling it, knocks it down. 20 seconds to play in the half. Here is Mulligan now. Gets it to Soa. The College of Mount St. Vincent is going to look to hold for 1. They lead by 16 right now. And the Max get a stop to close the half. Here is Trevor Johnson guarded by Jordan Hode, freshman versus senior. Trevor Johnson tries a contested 3. Won't get it. Rebound by Weiss as the clock expires. And at the end of the first half, we have a score of 41-25. The College of Mount St. Vincent leading the Yeshiva Maccabees. And we'll be back with you for the second half after this.
Why did I choose to come to YU? I chose to come to YU because I wanted a school where I knew that I could play sports and I wasn't going to have to worry about Shabbos. I wanted to come somewhere where the girls on my team could wear sleeves underneath their jerseys and it wasn't even a question.
I could stick with all the things I'm passionate about and not have to let any of them go. All of these things like working hard at school, playing sports, learning, and all my life, and now I didn't have to stop when I continued to college.
So I came to YU for soccer because I wanted to respect Shabbat, and even though I got offers to go to other schools to play soccer, I decided to come here because I could respect Shabbat and play at the same time.
To have the opportunity to compete in competitive NCAA Division III conferences, at the same time be able to keep all of halacha and not have to worry about Shabbos or practice on a holiday. So it's a really amazing experience.
I chose to go to YU because 3 generations of my family have gone to YU. I really like the idea of continuing my Jewish education and being in a Jewish environment, because I know people say like it's time for you to get into the real world. I mean, I'm going to be in the real world forever. Like, why not spend a little extra time like in a Jewish nice environment? Like, yeah, what's wrong with that? And glad I went. I met a lot of great people. The students here are amazing. I made a lot of good friends, so like I'm happy I went to YU.
people like the students you'll be with. There's no faculty and group of Rebbeim like those with which you will learn that can begin to compare to the experience at Yeshiva.
I came here from Yale and Harvard, and I prefer Yeshiva College because the students are more motivated and because I see more progress from the beginning of the course to the end of the course than I did at those places.
And welcome back to the Max Stern Athletic Center for tonight's Skyline Conference matchup between the College of Mount St. Vincent Dolphins and Yeshiva Maccabees. Mount St. Vincent is leading this one 41-25 at the half, and we're just about ready to get underway in the second half. Ilan Katz alongside Ari Feiger. And Ari, the Macs are down by 16 at the half. What do you think are some keys in the second half for the Macs to get back into this one?
Some keys I would point out for the Macs is really starting with two things: getting stops on the defensive end and boxing out. Already in the first half, Mount St. Vincent has acquired 7 offensive rebounds, which has led to multiple points and multiple second chances for them. In addition, 41 points in the first half is a lot for the Macs to give up. They got to get stops, and those stops will lead to transition basketball and points on the other end of the court.
We are underway. The starting 5 in for the Macs: Judah Cohen, Shelby Rosenberg, Mikey Berg, Shia Weiss, and Joseph Amar. And a turnover for the Macs. That's their 14th of the game, as they turned it over 13 times in the first half. That is far too much for a team looking to compete in the Skyline Conference.
And this Mount St. Vincent basketball team is young and fearless. They play loose basketball. They're young, they're deep, and they're going to be exciting to watch for years to come.
An offensive foul against Trevor Johnson, who had a huge first half. He had 15 points off the bench. That's a freshman. Fearless in his first game of conference play in NCAA basketball. Joseph Amar finding and cutting Shia Weiss inside, who gets a lay-in. Great play by Shia Weiss. And a good start offensively the second half for the Macs as they get the first points on the board. Al Kulaidi looking to break the pressure of the Macs. He does so. Drives inside and finds who was blocked. And back the other way come the Macs. Ball is deflected, it will stay with the Dolphins.
And the Macs already coming out with a little more intensity. I don't know what Coach Steinmetz told them in the locker room, but he must have told them, guys, you got to pick up the pace. This is Macs basketball here in the Max Stern Athletic Center.
Amar misses a 3. Back the other way come the Dolphins. Farabee inside, misses the shot, and a foul against the Max.
And I'm not sure if I agree with that call. A little ticky-tack call right there by the referees. Not so much contact down low. Nonetheless, the referees called the foul, sending Mount St. Vincent to the line.
Jameer Farabee going to the line. He was 4 for 4 from the line in the first half at a total of 10 points. And he knocks down the first one here, leads back up to 15.
And that's something also to mention. The Macs have not been getting to the line on the offensive side, while Mount St. Vincent has gotten to the line over 10 times right now during the game. That's a big disparity that you want to tighten the gap with.
And Farabee knocks down both. Big bright spot for the Macs in the first half was freshman Jamie Capel, who had 8 points off the bench for the Macs. We look to see a lot of him here in the second half. Here's Mikey Berg driving inside, takes it out to Weiss. Swings it across to the point guard, Judah Cohen. Cohen finally cutting Amar. Amar gets it back in the corner, finds Shelby Rosenberg, will try a three. He misses, and the offensive rebound, it slips out of the hands of Mikey Berg.
And good ball movement right there. I noticed Joseph Amar not looking to shoot the three-pointer. He was open for a second or two, maybe a little more reserved in the second half after missing his first few shots. But I'd like to see him going because we know he could light it up in a storm.
And a steal for Amar going back the other way. A fast break, and Amar will lay it in for two.
And Joseph Amar giving the Macs the spark they need. We'll see if they can get a little run going, showing some full court pressure right now.
Macs playing very aggressive as Judah Cohen looks to draw the offensive foul, and Dolphins just get it across half court in time. 17:50 to play in this second half.
And the crowd, sorry Elon, but I just couldn't help but notice the crowd is getting into it here in the Max Stern Athletic Center, chanting and really pushing this Max team forward right now.
And just like that, Coach Steinmetz already going to the bench in the second half. Jamie Capel already into the game, as is Jordan Hode. Judah Cohen and Joseph Amar will take rests. Farabee to inbound, he gets it into Matthew Soa. Farabee gets it on the baseline, takes a jumper, misses, and the rebound to Jamie Capel. 17:30 to play. Here's Jamie Capel, gives it to Jordan Hode. Hode inside to Berg. Jordan Hode open for three. No good. Rebound to Johnson. The freshman gets it ahead to Farabee, and the Dolphins looking to push inside. A foul is called. Weiss looked to have good position there. And what do you think, Ari?
You know what? It looked like he had good position, and he kept his hand straight up, not bending. It looks like the refs anticipated a foul right there. Good defense by the Macs. A tough break. Nonetheless, Mount St. Vincent to the line.
First free throw is no good for Mike Mulligan. Fouls have been the story with the Macs. Against Hunter, they committed 23 fouls. In the first half tonight, they committed 9. Already their third, less than 3 minutes into the second half, as Mulligan makes 1 of 2. College of Mount St. Vincent up by 15. 17:15 to go in regulation.
And Jordan Hode bringing up the ball. This guy last year was a general for the team. You could always trust him with the ball in his hands. And Jamie Capel, freak it up! This guy is on fire.
Back the other way come the Dolphins. Johnson in transition, can't get it to go. Ball's tipped up and controlled by Al-Gulaidi. He'll get another shot. Johnson wide open for three. No good. Rebound shy of Weiss. And he wisely pulls out. Max looking to gain some momentum. Jamie Capel is the hot hand. He's got 11. Fans really getting into it. Shelby Rosenberg will try a three. It is short. Tipped out to Al-Gulaidi. We've seen Shelby Rosenberg attempt 2 threes in the past couple of possessions. He has made 3 3-pointers on the season. All of last season, he only made 4. So he appears to be more aggressive shooting from the outside. Mulligan on the drive is blocked by Capel, and a foul is called. Mulligan will head to the line for 2.
And Mount St. Vincent, realizing that the Macs are over-aggressive underneath the basket, continue to pound the ball inside, create the contact, and get themselves to the line. Smart basketball right now by Mount St. Vincent. But on the other side of the court. We know Jamie Coppell's got the hot hand. They have to look for him, get him the ball, and let's see what he can do and put that ball through the cylinder.
You like to see Coach Steinmetz sticking with the hot hand. Jamie Coppell has not received an incredible amount of playing time, but he's playing extremely well tonight, leading all Max in scores, and Coach Steinmetz is sticking with him. Here's Jordan Hode bringing up the ball. Max trail by 13, coming up on 16 minutes to play in the second half. Miscommunication there from the Max. Berg was looking for Rosenberg, and instead he threw it out of bounds. Another turnover for the Max. Here's Matthew Soa, gives it to Jameer Farabee. Back to Soa. Soa driving, stops, pulls up, and makes a nice shot.
And that was skillful basketball, little one-on-one, go right, go left, pop and shoot. Good basketball right there by Mount St. Vincent.
Rosenberg at the free throw line, kick out Jordan Hode. He thought about it, pump fake, drive. Shelby Rosenberg will try a third three. This time he hits it. He was looking for a foul as well, and Jordan Hode on the inbound is very aggressive, but Trevor Johnson, look at those handles. May have carried. Instead takes it all the way. Is rejected by Rosenberg, and is out of bounds off of Johnson. A Max basketball.
And it is happening here on 185th in Amsterdam. Max down by 12, but pushing ahead. Timeout call by Mount St. Vincent. This is Max basketball.
And a full timeout by the College of Mount St. Vincent. Max building momentum. We'll be right back with you after this. Now we're back at the Max Stern Athletic Center, 15:24 to play in the second half. Coach Nigro of the College of Mount St. Vincent called the timeout to try to interrupt the Max momentum, and we'll see if it can continue.
And the Max down 12, really pushing ahead forward and getting that momentum that we had spoken about earlier. Let's see if Jamie Coppell could light it up as another shot.
And a heat check.
No good.
As he misses a contested jumper, rebounded by the Dolphins. Here is Trevor Johnson, the sensational freshman for the College of Mount St. Vincent. Finds Mulligan. This is Soa on the drive. Great defense by Weiss. A lot of contact, but nothing called. Back the other way come the Max. Here is Jordan Hode. Hode, a lot of dribbling, gives it to Shelby Rosenberg. Nearly walked, instead gives it to Coppell. And an offensive foul, illegal screen called against Shelby Rosenberg. I believe that might be his third foul.
And an unfortunate break right there by Shelby Rosenberg. At first wanting to set that pick, then he realized he didn't want to set it, but the referees noticed the pick, saw him moving, called the offensive foul, as they're paying attention to that very closely this year in NCAA.
Al-Kulaidy, a strong take, no good. Gets his own rebound, gets it again. Here is Al-Kulaidy guarded by Shelby Rosenberg. Step back, fires a three, no good. And the long rebound goes to Hode. Max have numbers. Here is Hode, takes a lefty layup and hits it.
And Jordan Hode with his father, the Maccabee star in the crowd. A little razzle-dazzle, shake and bake on the left side, and it's a 10-point basketball game here in the Max Stern Athletic Center.
37-47. College of Mount St. Vincent leading, 14 minutes to play. The crowd is getting into it. Here is Al-Kulaidy to Soa. Soa working on Coppell. Nice crossover move, takes it to the rim and finishes. Mikey Berg will bring it up himself for the Max. Dolphins putting on some pressure of their own. They hold a 12-point advantage. Here is Jordan Hode. At the scorer's table is number 15, Michael Ione. He will check in at the next dead ball for the Max. Here is Hode now. Lots of dribbling. Shia Weiss driving, kicks out for Shelby Rosenberg. Tries another three, it's short. He is 1 for 4 from the line, from the three-point range, The ball is tipped and controlled by Berg, and a foul, a cheek foul against Trevor Johnson. And it'll go back the other way.
And the Max right now playing with more intensity than we saw earlier in the game. We'll see if that could translate into more stops and to more baskets. But right now, a 12-point game. The Max have plenty of time, 13 minutes, 10 seconds to play here in regulation. We'll see what they can do on offense, but they have to be calm and they have to play smart.
Here is Berg posting up Soa. Berg spins right, pump fakes, gets rid of it into the corner, Jamie Capel. Capel would drive, dish it off for Ione, who can't handle it. That's a nice play by Jamie Capel. Back the other way from the Dolphins, and they can't finish the layup, and it's rebounded by Shia Weiss. Big break for the Max, as Ione looks to push the other way. Here is Ione driving. He'll take it up, and it's fouled by Al-Gulaidi. I believe that's his 4th foul. If it is, that would be huge. It's his 3rd foul, excuse me.
And a good take right there by Ione. Good defense, an unfortunate call right there. Maybe he got a little body foul. 12-point game, and we'll see if the Max can convert on the line. We know they've struggled throughout this season and continue to struggle at this very moment.
Ione in particular has struggled against Hunter on Sunday. Ione was 0 for 6 from the line. And he's 0 for 1 here. He's not at a free throw all season. It's tough to keep a guy in the game like that who struggles so much from the line. He goes 0 for 2 on this trip. Into the game now is Madison Martinez for the College of Mount St. Vincent. He gives it to Soa. Aggressive play by Shia Weiss. He's known to be a lockdown defender. He's held fairly quiet by his standards. Here is Soa now, guarded by Berg. Pull-up jumper. It's no good. High rebound to Ione. Nearly walked. Instead, Berg on the fast break. Berg takes it inside. And an offensive foul called against Mikey Berg.
And that was a good take right there by Mount St. Vincent, setting up, anticipating he was going to move to the side, had his feet planted, and smart basketball right there by Mount St. Vincent. An unfortunate break for the Yeshiva University Max.
You like that call?
I do like that call. I saw him, he planted his feet, and another offensive foul on the other end of the court. Elon, this game is getting physical. This is Skyline Conference basketball.
And a timeout, I believe, called by the College of Mount St. Vincent. A 30-second timeout. So 12:07 to play. We'll keep it right here. Ari Feiger alongside Elon Katz. Ari, the Max have shown spurts of momentum. They can't seem to put enough runs together.
Exactly. They have shown signs. They've shown a few seconds here and there, but they haven't put together a solid 5-7 minute stretch of good basketball without turning the ball over. And that's what you want to see in a winning basketball team. A team that's consistent, a team that brings it every night. And it's early on in the season right now, but the Max need to find their rhythm, they need to find their touch, and they have to work the ball nicely together.
Yeah, there's still plenty of time to go. 12:07 to play in this game. And the Max can get it going. We mentioned off air, this is not a superior team to the Max in the College of Mount St. Vincent. They're just playing smarter basketball to this point, but the Max do have it in them.
And the Max do have some veteran players on their team. Shia Weiss, although just the other day he looked like a freshman, is now in his 3rd year here on the Max. He's a veteran. We'll see what they can do.
Kick ball. That's against Martinez.
And I think as we get down to the final moments of this game, still plenty of time left, 11 minutes, 54 seconds. But when you get down into the second half, each team's got to have their go-to player that they know they could trust with the ball, they could come through with them. And I want to see that be Shelby Rosenberg tonight. He's their big man. He's got a good shot. He plays hard and tough basketball, he's got to be their man.
Oh, he had an open layup there, it appeared. And a beautiful pass underneath Ione, who finishes a 10-point ball game.
And is Steve Nash in the house? That was an amazing pass. A no-looker caught the whole gymnasium by surprise. 10-point basketball game here in the Max Stewart Athletic Center.
Coach Steinman's very high on Michael Ione. He likes him a lot, and he shows why there. He's a freshman from Los Angeles, California. Inside Farabee is fouled by Rosenberg. And I believe that might be his 4th foul.
And with plenty of time left to go in the second half, Shelby picking up his 4th foul. That's not what you want to see. Possibly preventing a layup right there. But still, you only get 5 fouls here in the NCAA. It's not the NBA when you got 6 fouls. Something to take note of.
That's a big foul, and Dean Pianica, who got hit in the head in the first half. Remember, no foul was called as Farabee misses for the first time tonight from the line. He's now 6 for 7 from the charity stripe. But Pianica comes in. He comes in for Shelby Rosenberg. And Shia Weiss will come into the game. He replaces Jamie Capel. Farabee makes 1 of 2. And the Dolphins build an 11-point lead, 11:20 to play. Weiss back to Jordan Hode. Hode calls out a play. And the pressure coming from the Dolphins. Here is Ione finding Weiss on the baseline. And now Pianica. Weiss will try a 3 and hit it! Big 3, Shia Weiss. And it's back to an 8-point ball game.
And it's an 8-point ball game. The Max showing signs of life, getting that touch going from the outside. The 3 ball has been big for them tonight.
Inside, Mulligan tries a tough jumper. No good. Rebound tipped around and controlled by Mikey Berg. Berg gets it to the point guard, Jordan Hode, who has played extensive minutes so far in the second half. In the corner, Pianica will try a 3 and hit it! Dean Pianica with a big 3 from the corner, and the lead is cut to 5.
And we got ourselves a 5-point ball game here in Washington Heights, New York. This is Max basketball. Let's bring up the defense. This is Max basketball.
Contested 3 from Madison Martinez is way off, controlled by the Max. Electric atmosphere in the Max Stern Athletic Center. Here is Jordan Hode. He gets it to Pianica with that last 3. Inside Mikey Berg, and a foul on the ground. The basket will not count. That is the 15th foul against the College of Mount St. Vincent, so the Max will inbound from underneath.
And what I've noticed just recently is many of the Max baskets that have gone through the cylinder have come off very nice passes, good ball movement. This is team basketball that the Max are displaying right here on the court right now.
Almost a completely different team from the first half.
Exactly, and this is what Coach Diamonds and Yogi have been really trying to come across to their players as team basketball. They have many different lineups there out on the court, and when you play together as a team, you win as a team.
Lineup out there right now, certainly playing well as a team. A blatant turnover there for Jordan Hode. Back the other way from the Dolphins. Tough layup, no good. And a foul on the ground against the Max. That is their 8th team foul. So free throws coming for the Dolphins. I believe it will be Ahmad Al-Khulaidi going to the line. So the Max in foul trouble here. Shelby Rosenberg and Mikey Berg, they're 2 better big men, both in foul trouble, the 4th fouls. And Joseph Amar will come in for Berg. 9:45 to go.
And it's not what you want to see when your team is struggling to bring down rebounds. Your 2 biggest guys on the court have to go to the bench because of foul trouble. Nonetheless, it comes down to fundamentals. You know where that basketball hoop is. You got to find your player and box him out.
Al-Khulaidi misses the front end. So the Max catch a break there. Jordan Hode calling out a play. 9:35 to go. Here is Ione now. Ione driving left, hanging, can't hit, and a rebound to Mulligan. Back the other way comes Regina for the Dolphins. Regina finds So on the right wing, 9:15 to go. Al-Khulaidi in for a cutter, backing down his man. Instead kicks it out to Fisher, who tried a 3 and knocks it down.
And an unlikely shot right there by Fisher, one of the bigger guys on the court, taking it from the outside, but a big 3-pointer extending the lead to 8. with just under 9 minutes to play.
Fisher is listed at 6'8". That's the largest player for either side. And he makes it an 8-point ball game. Shia Weiss having trouble controlling the ball. Lots of contact going on. Here's Ione inside, spinning, and he takes some contact. He'll go to the line.
And the Macs getting to the line, but once again, they have to convert. Been struggling mightily throughout the season. It's one of those things where it's not always about your skill, but it's about the mental basketball right there. You get to the line, you get in a funk, you haven't scored a few shots. They got to get themselves out of it and just focus there on the line.
Ione has really struggled. Trying the reverse announcer's jinx right there. Ione has not hit a free throw on the season. Let's try it again. Ione has really struggled from the free throw line.
And he has not hit a free throw on the season, but he does
there
right here.
Go.
Bring it up.
A 7-point ball game now, 8:38 to play. Max playing man-to-man, it appears. Shia Weiss now on the ball on Soa. In the corner, Fisher back to Soa. Soa, crossover move, dumps it for Al-Kulaidi, who somehow regains it and kicks it out. Great ball movement here from the Dolphins. Soa driving now, 5 on the shot clock, hits a tough shot.
And a big shot right there, a tough one on the side with the right hand. Beautiful shot. Now a 9-point game, but the Macs still with plenty of time to play.
Here's Shia Weiss. Lots of contact there. Nothing called. It looked like Ione was held by Fisher, but instead it's another turnover against the Macs. 7:54 to go.
And Elon, the question now becomes, how long do you leave Shelby and Mikey Berg on the bench? Under 8 minutes to play. Do you bring them in now? Do you take a gamble, or do you wait till only a few minutes left to play? That's a question that Coach Diamonds and Yogi are going to have to
And
answer.
an offensive foul against Al-Kulaidi. That is his 4th foul. A big foul for the star big man who's averaging a double-double on the season. Another question is, how long do you leave Jamie Capella on the bench for? He's been a big spark plug for them tonight, but the lineup that's in right now has meshed very well together.
And maybe from your mouth, Coach Steinmetz's ears, a multitude of substitutions coming in, including Jamie Capel. This is Max Basketball. That's Elon Katz announcing the game, maybe prophesizing just a little bit.
Well, it's not just me. As you mentioned, Shelby Rosenberg and Mikey Berg, they both head to the scores table. So it may be that Coach Steinmetz has an earpiece from our broadcast in his ear, and there is Michael Ione getting his own miss and putting it in. Max trail by 7.
And the Max continuing to stay with Mount St. Vincent, a 7-point game, hanging in there, and hopefully hanging in there enough to start taking that lead.
Here is Mulligan now, under 7 to play. Mulligan driving inside, kick out to Fisher. Offensive foul!
And Ione with the huge offensive foul charge taken. And sometimes that is what sparks the offense, a big offensive foul. Substitutions coming into the game right now. Both Mikey Berg and Shelby Rosenberg coming to the game with 4 fouls. Coach Simon's putting all of his eggs in one basket.
Yeah, we'll see if they play differently defensively, and if the Dolphins choose to take advantage of that, going at the big men. Here's Jordan Hode. Hode working on Regina, and Jamie Capel moving around. Here is Ione now. Ione driving left, and he has it stripped by Regina. Regina going the other way, and he dribbles it off his foot. A turnover, it'll be Max Basketball. 6:33 to play in regulation.
And with a big defensive stop right there by the Max, getting that turnover, but coming back on defense, Jordan Hode looking to set up the ball for the Max. And he's really the conductor out there on the court, a good free throw shooter, 1-1 right now for the Max. Hopefully those free throws he can knock down and get themselves back in the game.
So 1-1, Jordan Hode at the line. Let's see if he can take advantage here. The Max have had trouble leaving points at the line so far this season.
And while Jordan Hode is at the line, I just want to give a big shout out to our former president of Max Live, Benny Statman. If you're listening out there, wherever you are, maybe in Los Angeles, California, a big shout out to you.
So Hode hits the front end of the 1-and-1. And he hits both. 5-point ball game. Timeout. Coach Steinmetz of the Max, a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here.
And the Max cutting the lead back down to 5. We saw them get within 5 points earlier in the second half. They haven't cut it closer to 5 points. We'll see what they can do right now.
Now already 6:24 to play. If you're Coach Steinmetz, what are you telling the Max players in this huddle?
Right now, this is a strategic timeout for Coach Steinmetz as they did get back in the game. I believe he's telling them, listen, we got 2 players who are in foul trouble. Everybody needs to help out on defense. You have to communicate. Everyone has to know who they're guarding. They're playing a man-to-man. And on the offensive side, he's probably telling them, if you got the fast break, if you push the ball, take it. But otherwise, let's be smart. Let's work the ball around and get up a quality shot.
Yeah, an advantage the Max have in this game is, without question, is experience.
Exactly.
The Max have a lot of experience on the roster. Shelby Rosenberg was a first-team All-Conference performer last season. He's a preseason All-American, according to SmallCollegeHoops.com. So lots of experience on this Max roster. There's tons of youth and talent for the Dolphins. We'll see what wins out here. Here is Soa now on the left wing with a 5-point lead. Derby has been quiet in the second half. The Max have guarded him very well. Spins, kicks to Fisher in the corner. He gives it to Mulligan, and a foul called on the ground. I did not see a foul there.
You know what, that looked like regular defense to me. Coach Steinmetz, not really sure what the foul call is right there. Not giving it to the rest just yet. Maybe he's waiting till later in the game where he could pipe up a little more. A 5-point game, 9 fouls for each team, so the next foul on both sides will send them to the line for a double bonus.
And he hits the front end of the 1-and-1. 6-point ball game. 6:02 to play in the second half.
And Coach Steinmetz keeping Jordan Hode in the game for a long time in the second half. Although Judah Cohn got the start, Hode has been Coach Steinmetz's guard last season, and we'll see what happens here this season.
He's played the majority of the second half. Judah Cohn has been sitting on the bench. The College of Mount St. Vincent leading by 7. 5:51 to play. Shelby Rosenberg has been quiet in the second half, playing with foul trouble. Taking it strong inside. And he kicks it out to Jordan Hode. Hode with 8 on the shot clock. Trying to clear out the left side. 5 on the shot clock. Hode taking it all the way to the hoop. Dumping off for Berg, who can't handle it. A shot clock violation. We've seen that a few times from Berg, being unable to handle the passes.
And that was a beautiful pass. A tough pass, but a nice pass. Got right on the hands. If the ball's going to hit your hands, you got to be ready to catch that.
Absolutely. Here is Trevor Johnson. He's been quiet in the second half. A monstrous first half. He had 15 points there. Mulligan now for Farabee. Farabee. And he took steps. Turnover for Farabee. Max have to take advantage of these turnovers.
Exactly. And Shia Weiss checking into the game, hoping to bring that spark and that consistency. Jamie Koppel exiting the game. Jamie Capel, he has not been as hot, I would say, in the second half, although has not had as many looks.
Here's Jordan Hode crossing the timeline. 5:06 to play in regulation. 57-50. Hode dribbling a lot. A dangerous pass and a foul called against Mulligan. And that'll be 2 shots as they are in the double bonus. As that is 10 team fouls. Exactly 5 minutes left to go in the second half. Mikey Berg at the line. He'll shoot 2. He misses the first.
And the Max continuing to struggle from the line. That's not something that you would think the coaching staff is happy about. But they have to remember, box out on the second free throw. Many times teams do not box out. And as you're missing these shots, you gotta do what you can to win the game.
Yeah, Berg has been very quiet. I don't believe he's scored yet tonight. He definitely didn't score in the first half. He's averaging over 13 points per game on the season. A lot of dribbling from Soa, gets it to Farabee. Farabee guarded by Shelby Rosenberg. Rosenberg takes steps, another travel. Back-to-back possessions, Farabee ends in a travel.
And he had a good look right there. Sorry to cut you off. An unfortunate travel right there by him, but he did slide his foot, and the refs are looking out for that. When you slide your feet just a little too much, they're going to call that travel.
Al-Gulaidi comes back into the game for the Dolphins, playing with 4 fouls. We'll see if foul trouble helps determine the outcome of this matchup. Here's Shelby Rosenberg driving inside, dumps off for Berg. Berg, a jumper, no good. Rebound tipped around, ends up in the hands of Shia Weiss, who takes it out, and a new possession for the Max. Here's Berg inside. Berg looking for a move, nice spin move, lays it up, and it won't fall. Rebounded by Fisher.
And he could just not get it to fall tonight. Mikey Berg, a good take right there, and an unfriendly bounce.
Here's Trevor Johnson. He's been quiet in the second half. Offensive foul. Great job by Michael Ione, standing in there and taking the charge.
And right now, with 4 minutes and 1 second to play here in regulation, the Macs are down 7 points. This is a time right now, there's no 7-point shot in the game of basketball, but they got to start edging away at that lead. You don't want to wait till 1 minute left and down by 7. Now is the time to do it right here, right now.
A shorter shot clock that makes it, a little bit easier. Timeout called by Coach Steinmetz with 3:45 to play. A 30-second timeout. We're going to keep it right here. And, Ari, it hasn't been so long since we last spoke during a timeout. But, we talked about the strategy the Macs should have taken. How do you feel they have done with that strategy?
And the Macs, with that strategy, they're doing the best that they can. Right now in the timeout, Coach Steinmetz is probably telling his team, it's a 7-point game, 3 minutes, 45 seconds left to play. We got to be smart. And on the offensive side, work the ball around. Let's get that open shot and see what we can do with it.
So 3:45 to play. The Macs appear to have stalled a bit on offense over the past couple of possessions. And Coach Steinmetz, I believe, wisely used the timeout there, try to get them going offensively. They'll stay with the same lineup. It's Shia Weiss, Mikey Berg, Jordan Hode, Shelby Rosenberg, and Michael Ione. And we're ready to resume action here. Shelby Rosenberg takes the inbound, gives it back to Shia Weiss. Weiss spins, hangs, and tries a wild pass, and it goes out of bounds. Probably not what Coach Steinmetz drew up in that timeout.
And Shia Weiss looking like a freshman, just a little too giddy with the basketball right there. Not the time to be making those mistakes.
3:35 to play. Al-Gulaidi brings it up for the Dolphins. Here is Mulligan now, looking for Faraday. Al-Gulaidi gives it back to Johnson. Johnson, fancy dribbling, gets it out to Soa. Al-Gulaidi now on the left wing. Shot clock under 10. And a foul called. I believe that is on Mikey Berg. That is his 5th. And he has fouled out.
And Coach Steinmetz actually just even mouthed to the referees, is that a joke? I didn't exactly see the foul right there. That was good defense. Coach Steinmetz not happy with that call.
I didn't see Berg anywhere near the play. But Berg has fouled out. Not his best game of the season. And Dean Pianica replaces him in a big spot. He's playing some clutch minutes here in the first game of the conference season.
And Dean Pianico hailing from Tel Aviv, Israel. And if you cannot spot him out there on the court live on the internet, he's wearing those pink socks and pink shoes.
Soa makes both free throws, and the lead is now out to 9. Max running out of time here. 3:10 to go in this game. You need to get something going on offense here.
And as the time starts to dwindle, we'll see if Coach Steinmetz goes back to Jamie Capel to get something going on the offensive side. But Shelby Rosenberg with a big bucket right here.
Big play by Shelby Rosenberg. He guards Al-Gulaidi there. Good pressure by the Macs and miscommunication. And they force a turnover, 2:48 to play. Macs trailing by 7.
And the Macs with a little bit of momentum, forcing the turnover. Let's see if they can convert on the offensive side and cut down this lead.
Jordan Hode still in the game at the point. Crowd is trying to get the Max into it. Here is Hode, once again looking for Shelby Rosenberg. He finds him in the right corner. Shelby spinning, tough shot, he finishes.
And Shelby Rosenberg is your MVP. A difficult job right there, cutting the lead down to 5. 2 minutes, 20 seconds left to play. The crowd is on their feet here in the Max Stern Athletic Center.
Here's Al-Khulaidi. Shelby playing with 4 fouls and a kick out. Fisher passes up an open jumper, gives it to Mulligan, who tries a 3, and it rims out. Mulligan has really struggled shooting outside on the year. He's now 1 for 9 from downtown. So the Max with 2 minutes to play, a chance to further cut into the lead. 5 is as close as it's been in this half. Shelby Rosenberg going one-on-one with Al-Khulaidi. Inside, a jump ball, and it'll stay. It'll go the other way to the College of Mount St. Vincent. And a timeout called by the College of Mount St. Vincent. That's a full timeout, so we're going to take a quick commercial break with 1:50 to play right here on Max Live. We're back at the Max Stern Athletic Center, 1:50 to play in regulation. College of Mount St. Vincent has possession now. They lead by 5. Both teams are in the double bonus. Mikey Berg has fouled out. So for the Max, it's Pianica, Hode, Jamie Capel is into the game. As the College of Mount St. Vincent barely gets it in, Shelby Rosenberg and Michael Ione goes to the 5 for the Max. 1:43 to play. Big possession here. Here's Trevor Johnson, the freshman, gives it to Matthew Soa. Soa, a sophomore, guarded by Pianica. Soa into the corner for Fisher, gives it out to Johnson. Johnson driving, lots of contact there, but he finishes it regardless. Great shot for Trevor Johnson, and the lead is back up to 7.
An incredible shot and clutch shot right there by Trevor Johnson. Nonetheless, the Max down by 7 points, plenty of time. 1 minute and 10 seconds to play here in regulation.
A foul called on the way up for Ione. He's really struggled from the free throw line, as we have pointed out. But the foul is called on Ryan Fraser. It's his second foul. So big opportunity for Ione.
And we'll see, after these free throws, do the Max decide to go ahead and foul? I would say they wait it out, try to get a steal, maybe even wait out the possession. But they need to get a stop, and they need to convert on the offensive end. I would look for Jamie Capel to get that shot. They need points right now, down by 7 points, 1 minute, 13 seconds left to play.
And they also need to hit free throws. You know, at this point in the game, the clock is not really on the Max side, trailing by 7. And the opportunity to get points at the line of the clock stopped is huge. And they hit 1 of 2 there, and they trail by 6. 1:09 to play in regulation. Mulligan gets it across court to Soa. We're under 1 minute to play. And I just peeked at the Max bench. It looked like Shelby Rosenberg was instructing the team to foul number 21. That is Mulligan. College of Mount St. Vincent takes a full timeout, so we're going to take a break. 57.7 seconds to play. Max trailed by 6. They'll be back with a thrilling finish right here on Max Live.
The early days, when I started Step It Up in 2009, I had a vision, but I wasn't sure exactly where it would take me. We started with one private training center.
And we're back at the Max Stern Athletic Center. We'd like to remind our viewers, on December 10th, the Max men's and ladies team will be playing against Baruch College, and Max Live will be there at Baruch College covering the game. Make sure to tune in for Max Madness on December 10th. And Shia Weiss picks up his third foul, but Al-Gulaidi will go to the line for 2.
And Shelby Rosenberg sitting out the defensive possessions in fear of getting that 5th foul, but looking to come into the game now on the offensive side.
Al-Gulaidi extends lead to 7 as Shelby re-enters for Hayon. And Al-Gulaidi hits both free throws, clutch free throws, as Jordan Hood will bring it up for the Max. He's looking for some help, and he's not getting it from his teammates. He gets it to Pianica. Shelby Rosenberg will try a 3. He needs this one. No good. And the rebound to Al-Gulaidi. Al-Gulaidi gets it out and gets it to his teammate Soa. And Trevor Johnson will lay it up and get fouled with 35.9 to go and an 8-point lead.
And the Max just cannot catch a break. Down by 8 points, 35 seconds left to play. We have seen miracles here in the Max Stern Athletic Center. They might need one tonight, especially with Mountain Vincent shooting well from the line, hoping for some misses right here, but they're not going to get it.
And Johnson needs the first free throw. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank our amazing staff here at Max Live. Yosef Frankel, who helped us out big time when we were having technical difficulties. We'd like to apologize again for that. Eliezer Barman on camera doing a phenomenal job. And of course, our president and producer, Oren Glickman. 3 for Capel is no good.
And although this will go down as an upsetting loss for the Max, their first Skyline Conference game of the season, there were times that they showed a lot of character, poise, and life. So we'll see how that progresses later throughout the season.
As the fans are filing for the exit, the Max trail by 10 with 25.9 to go. Al-Gulaidi hits the first. This is a tough College of Mount St. Vincent team. They're very inexperienced, but lots of talent on this roster. They're poised to be a force to be reckoned with in the Skyline Conference for years to come.
That is true, and you can tell they're young, they're fresh, and they want to go out there and play basketball the way it's supposed to be played. Team basketball, and they're a little bit of a running gun team with ice in their veins, I would say.
Hode spinning, kicking out to Jamie Capel. Tries a deep 3 and drains it. Jamie Capel, I believe, has 14 points. And Hode down for some reason with 7.5 to go. Doesn't want to leave the floor. Max trailing by 9.
And we've seen a special sighting tonight from Jamie Capel, really lighting it up. Something nice to see, a 10-point game, 7.5 seconds left to play. It looks like it's not going to be enough time for the Max to make that miraculous comeback.
Al-Gulaidi makes 1 of 2. And Hode will bring it up. Got a contested 3, air ball is out of bounds. And with that, time has expired. We have a final score here in the Max Stern Athletic Center. The opener in the Skyline Conference. The Max lose this one to the College of Mount St. Vincent, 68-58. And Ari, you know, tough loss here for the Max, but they do have what to look forward to on this season, don't they?
Yeah, they saw some of their young blood here tonight. Jamie Capel lighting it up from the outside, showing us signs of a Benji Ritholtz from last year coming into the game and just putting the ball through the basket from the outside. And we also saw some good play by Shelby Rosenberg, their veteran and their MVP. Tough game tonight for Mikey Rosenberg and Shia Weiss. They just did not look like themselves. Costly turnovers also throughout the game.
And once again, that'll wrap things up here from the Max Stern Athletic Center. Thanks again to our wonderful crew. Thank you for tuning in. Ari Feiger, this has been a lot of fun. It's great to reunite with you. Hopefully, once again, someday in the future, we'll get to do it again. Thanks for tuning in, and make sure to catch us next time on Max Live.